guys, you're welcome to another episode on the Chatland podcast, and I am Temi Gold. Let me just you guys what I've been up to. So there's this book that has actually been going viral now. The Artist Way by Julian. I can't remember her last name though. The book was actually recommended based off Dochi's musical journey, and I literally went to her YouTube channel to watch the videos, and I was like, okay, this seems interesting. I think I would like to try this out. So I started reading the book, actually created for creatives, artists, and it's something that I really resonate with. Although I'm still in chapter 1, but I really enjoyed it. So although it could be challenging, when they say some kind of things that will make you question some things about yourself. So I enjoyed it. I'm trying to apply that into my creativity journey. So I just hope for the best in it. I've been having some kind of ideas on the podcast, so which I'm contemplating on giving it a try. There's just this kind of fear that comes with, oh, what if, that notion of what if got me scared. So, but then I think it's something I would like to try out. But as time goes on, we will all see it together. So now this brings me to today's episode. And it's actually a video that I saw on TikTok that actually inspired me. And this morning when I did there's this particular task we were told to always do on from the book that I said I've been reading, Money Pages. So I've been doing it for I think I started reading that book. I started doing my money page on last week Tuesday. So I think it was on Friday. I started doing it on Friday. I started reading the book on Tuesday, and I started doing the money page on Saturday. So this morning, what my money page was all about, like they said that according to the book, whenever you wake up in the morning, any thoughts that comes to your mind, that is what you write down. So what actually came to my mind was, like, when I woke up, it was just the only thing that was on my mind was just focus. I was like, okay. So I wrote down every thought that came to my mind. And I was like, okay, how about, on my way to the studio, I was like, how about I just have this on the pod? Like, how about I just talk about this? And there's also a video that I've seen regarding focus for a couple of months. I was like, okay, let's talk about it. So I'll share this video with you. Let's watch it.
Every time I make up my mind to focus on myself and focus on God, a man comes into my life or a man comes into my past to try to distract me from my path to God. It is so bad to the point where I'm sitting in my house minding my business. I call a TV mounting company to mount my TV, and they send my exact height to that front door. And I'm like, what? Because either this man that came to mount my TV is going to turn out to be my husband, or this man is going to turn out to be the exact same distraction that I've been telling you that I want to overcome time and time again. I'm saying all this to say, when you decide to fix your focus on God, of course things that try to trip you up are going to come into your life. But you have to trust what God has promised to you. If it's not exceedingly and abundantly beyond what you could have thought or asked for, then 9 times out of 10, it's not from God. If it looks close to the real deal, but it's just not quite, it's just missing something, you just don't feel 100% comfortable, it's probably not from God. When you make up your mind to focus on God and to focus on yourself, or to focus on whatever it is in the season of your life, or whether you say, okay, I'm going to focus on eating healthy, and then you start getting calls for, let's have a lunch date, or we're having a potluck. You have to be so locked into what you desire that you literally shut off everything, even though you might be starving in your area.
Wow, I resonate with the things that she said. There are lots of things to distract you. There are lots of, and distraction comes in different forms. Although her own is actually funny, but then it's something I can relate to. Distraction could come. It could come as friends. It could come as talking stage. It could come as addiction as well, addiction to probably social media or movies, series, when you're supposed to be locked in working on something that you really want to work on, but the distractions are just there to stop you. And it's always something very, very enjoyable. It's always something very enjoyable that just takes your time and keep you away from what you ought to prioritize. and it's actually very crazy. For you to learn how to focus, the first thing is that you need to be self-aware. You need to know something that is taking you away from your priorities. Even friends, it could also come as, according to her, she said her exact type was actually who came to her doorstep. I mean, distraction comes in that way too. It could come as, you just meeting this new person and you guys are just talking, and that dopamine rush. You always just get to start thinking about the person. You always want to talk to the person, even if you were actually doing something very important. As soon as that person's messages pops up on you just leave whatever it is you're doing just to focus on that person. I don't know about me, but that thing happens to women a lot. One of the things I'm actually learning to do is, I used to have a routine, but I was not consistent with it. But the time I was consistent with my routine, I know how life was easy for me, and I just kind of got bored. But of course, routine could be boring. That is where the work is. When you find it boring is where the work is. So now I'm trying to get back to my routine. We all have different things that we prioritize. We all have different things that keep us in check. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing at the right time? Distraction is just like a noise, It's coming from your mind. Yeah, distraction comes from your mind. It's coming from your environment. It's coming from your phone. It's coming from whatever it is that you enjoy doing. So it's best for you to know getting distracted, and you could just snap out of it. Like, nah, you need to focus on whatever it is that you want to focus on. And everybody are like, stay locked in, stay locked in, stay locked in. Of course, you have to stay locked in, but they don't really talk about the distractions. It's something very, very enjoyable, something that you could spend hours on without even looking at the time. We spend hours doing it. Things that are enjoyable, we lose track of time when we are doing things that are enjoyable. But things that gives us pains, those are the things that will even make you question what exactly is happening with this time. Give an instance of doing plank. 30 seconds seems like a lot of time. There was time I did social media detox. I have start on following pages. I would set a timer on my phone, then probably listen to music or a podcast while I'm at it. So as I have my AirPod plugged in my ears, and I'm just doing whatever it is that I'm doing on my phone, and before I know it, I will just hear the phone ring that, oh, my time is over. I'll be like, isn't it funny? Like, it's funny how time flies when you're doing something enjoyable. But do you know the thing is, it won't be that enjoyable if I don't have my AirPod plugged in, if I'm not listening to music, or if I'm not listening to any podcast. Like, I am just holding my phone and I just stay on that page where I'm just unfollowing people, unfollowing pages. It would have been very, very boring if I didn't make it interesting. So now compare that to you running. Just set a timer of 1 minute. In your mind, you're already like, what is happening? Is it not up to 1 minute yet? But if it was you scrolling on social media, or you are gisting with a friend, or you are eating, you won't even know when that 1 minute is up. You won't know. See, that's the thing about distraction and you having to focus. Like, distraction is always making the time, the time is always running when you're getting distracted. But when it's time for you to focus, the time is very, 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 very slow, and it's very, very boring. So I'm saying all of this to say that you just need to be very, very self-aware. You need to know when you are doing something that is distracting you from your goals. I mean, that's it literally. You need to know when you are doing something that is distracting you from your goals. I remember this morning as I said earlier on, I'm learning to make sure I have my routine. I'm learning to keep myself in check. Like, that self-awareness is there. When I'm getting distracted, I will snap out of it. Although it is not as easy as it sounds. It's not as easy as it sounds. But you just have to snap out of it. There are a lot of things to distract you, and you have to pick your poison. Do you want to do this or you want to do that? What's your priority like? What's your priority like? Do you want this or you want to do that? And there's something called instant gratification. Like, you are doing that thing based off how you feel that moment, not because that thing has any benefits to you. But right now, you just want to eat. It is not as if you're hungry, but you just feel like having something in your mouth. So it's just your brain will just think about that particular thing you want to do at that moment. But and which is the distraction. And then when the focus comes in, like, no, you have somewhere you are headed to. You shouldn't be eating this right now. You have somewhere you are headed to, and then they begin to then there's a conflict of interest, this or that, and it's crazy. So guys, to everyone that is staying locked in, let's continue to stay locked in. I know there are a lot of these things to distract us, and we just have to put in the work. We really just have to put in the work. Like, I'm really all about that, staying focused. So guys, take care of yourself. I would like to hear from you. What's your experience with distractions when you're supposed to focus on things that you want to do, and how have you been fighting that distraction? I would love to hear from you. I also want to learn from you. So I'll see you in the next episode. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode with your loved ones.